let's bring up our next guest. And Wendell, you might be the last one, only because of my current condition. Let me change your lower third, my friend, before we get this going. There we go. Wendell, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I absolutely can. How are you this evening?
I'm good, but I'm wondering, who in the hell's calling me old anyway?
Oh, it wasn't me, dude. It wasn't me. In fact, it was one of those. Wait a minute. It was on this side. It was one of those guys, I swear. Oh, dude, we have to own it.
This is true. So Mike and Toledo just took some of the stuff, but change has been good and it's been bad, all at one time. So I was sitting here while I was waiting, thinking, what was it used to be? It was simpler. You could say that we had no cost fund. I remember it was funny. You guys were talking about tackle football. My mother wouldn't let me play football on the high school team, but we could play tackle football with no pads across the street. I don't know what that I still have a bone chip in my elbow from getting tackled in the driveway.
Oh man. And this in the time before seatbelts were required, I bet.
This is true. Seatbelts did come in, and that was something new.
Yeah.
The other thing, we had 4 TV channels. That's all we had.
Oh, yeah.
4 TV channels. And if you got half snow on the screen, it was a good picture. It's like, oh, look at the picture I got. This is great.
Oh, I so remember that. Remember that. And you enjoyed it. It was
you did.
It was the only thing you had, and it was cool.
And maybe this was just me, but music was a big thing. We always had a transistor radio, listening to CKLW out of Ontario, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I remember party lines. Now, and if you don't know what party lines are, what that meant is that there were up to maybe 5 or 6 people on the same phone line.
Yeah.
So you'd pick up the phone and, Billy Bob would be on the phone talking to Mary Bag of Donuts saying, hey, what are we doing? Hey, could you get off the phone? I really need to make a call. You could make a call because people were combined on one phone.
Yeah.
So,
shared lines is what they were called. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But you're talking, air conditioning was new. I mean, I grew up in Northern Ohio, up by where Jake is, and we never had air conditioning in the house. And getting air conditioning in the car was, we really don't need it. So we at that time we didn't get air conditioning in the car. And now it's like, what do you mean no air conditioning in the car? You gotta be kidding me.
I know, and it's only been like the last few years that it's standard in everything now, I think. This
is true.
Yeah, with the exception of maybe some fleet vehicles, but.
And you're talking about news, and you think about it a little bit. We only there used to be only news twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. It was a half an hour, and that's all it was.
Yep.
And all they did was report the news. Here's what happened today. Blah 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 blah. Well, now they have the 24-hour news, so they've got to fill it in somehow. And sometimes these people say stuff on the news, and you go, do you really believe that? Or are you just trying to be entertaining? Because some of it, they got to be entertaining. So it may have led people to not want to pay attention to the news anymore because, is it your opinion or is it really news? And that's the other.
Right. And that's all part of them having to fill that time, right? So instead of just stories and facts and things like that, suddenly opinion became, a filler material that they could use.
Yeah, from a reading standpoint, I stopped reading any opinions. If it's an opinion, except for the opinion page, I get that. But there's some of these other articles, they try to treat it as news and it's really opinion, so I just pass on that.
Same here.
There has been some upgrades, if that's the right word, in the kitchen. We never had a dishwasher. Dishwasher, again, it's another one of those things.
Trash compactors.
Wish I had a microwave when I was single. Okay. So, and we had one of those first Kenmore microwaves. It was like a tank.
Oh yeah.
I just got rid of it about 7 or 8 years ago because the tube went out on it. I couldn't find it anymore. So I was going to try to fix it.
I remember those. They were monsters.
And I may have said this already. A lot of no-cost fun. We used to have a lot of no-cost fun. We'd go swimming. We'd go fishing. There was a local ballpark in the summertime, and everybody would always go there to watch the softball games, the hardball games.
Yeah.
That stuff on American Graffiti, if you saw the movie, is so true. I mean, we would go uptown and we would just drive back and forth all night long.
Oh.
And you got pretty good after a while to be able to drive and see who's coming. Okay, you'd be driving. Oh, hey, we go.
Yeah. Or who's sitting in my town? People sat along the streets, and it was a couple miles of US 31 on the south side, and we actually called it the South Side. And almost every parking lot had people parked in it. So you'd get really good at that too, right? Keeping your eyes on the road and whoever was parked to say hello to.
Now, and Jim, I don't know what town, what size town you grew up in, but mine was bigger than the town that Jake lives in. But it was still a small town.
Jake.
Northern Ohio Railroad.
Oh, Nora,
right.
Uh-huh.
But when Walmart came to town, it did change everything, and it impacted the downtown area.
Oh yeah.
And although there are still merchants downtown, there are different types of merchants, and it's a different feel down there now. So it did change things.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm not saying it's good or bad. It just changed things. So.
Well, I'm not going to say whether it's good or bad or not, and I want people to make that decision for themselves. But there was a documentary put out not too long ago called the High Cost of Low Prices, and it addressed the exact subject you're talking about, Wendell. And Walmart's moving in, and the competition would drive the mom and pops out, and so if you guys have a chance, go look at that. I don't think it costs anything. You can probably see it on YouTube for nothing, but it's an interesting documentary. I'm sure there's another side to it, but it's really fascinating.
And some of the stuff is obvious, Jim, but on the other change, the good side, technology has made our lives easier.
Yep.
It has brought people closer together. I mean, there's people I talk to now that I probably never would have talked to again because of technology.
Yep.
And that can be a good thing. So it's all good and bad. I don't want to say the good old days. They were just the old days, and they were different than they are today. And there were good things then. There are good things today. And there's some things I miss, but boy, some of the stuff I have today, don't take it away from me. So.
I hear you, man. I couldn't have put it better myself. That's a fantastic way to look at it.
As I look at my little list here, I think I went through everything that I thought.
You created a list?
Yeah, I can't. You get older, okay? You can't remember spelling out the list, man. And then you forget when you forget where the list is, you're screwed for the day. All right, where's the list? I don't know.
Oh man, I hear you. Not on that front, but like things to do. I gotta have a to-do list.
Not only do I have a to-do list, then I number them. Okay, I'm going to do this one first.
Prioritize. Well, I admire your organization skills, Wendell.
I know my wife gets crazy at me. She goes, "What are you doing tomorrow?" I go, "I don't know. I got to go get my list. I can't remember what I did. I got to go find out."
Yeah, just a minute.
Wait a minute. You just put it together. Well, that doesn't mean anything.
I still have to prioritize them.
That's true.
Well, that's fascinating.
Hey, great topic, and I miss a lot of the old stuff. But like I said, some of the new stuff don't take it away from me either. But it's fun to look back and how things were. But I think my favorite though is the TV set. I mean, we had 4 channels. You had ABC, NBC, CBS, and then the local, UHF. And if you could get half snow, man, this is great. Look at that. I think I can see somebody there. What's the score of the game? I can only see part of it.
Yeah, it's like radio with blurry images back in the day. And now we have, 4,000 channels and nothing on.
True. So, but think about this, Jim. We've got 4,000 channels, and everybody wants to say, "Well, what's on Netflix?"
Yeah, exactly.
What's on Hulu? Let me see what's on that instead. Something that's been pre-recorded.
Oh well, live's overrated. Oh wait. Well, thanks, Wendell. That's
all right. Great talking with you, and great show, and wonderful topic. Talk to you again soon, Jim.
All right, thanks, Wendell. We'll see you.